Monks are country. They've been drawing supporters out before sunrise, despite the early in and around. For many who waited along the road, the moment lasted only seconds, but it left a lasting impact.
Our Jacqueline Quinn has been watching this journey and how it's captured the attention of so many, especially now in its final leg of the walk. Jacqueline, good morning. She is live in Alexandria, where a lot of people are waiting for this big moment.
Yeah, and I want to show you what it looks like out here, okay? We have a little bit of a crowd over here. They've got their signs right now, just letting the Buddhist monks know that they appreciate this message. And of course, as you mentioned, yeah, it's cold out here, and that's why you can learn something from the monks here, that they're disciplined and they're convicted in their message of peace. That's why they're able to do this for so many distance, so far of a distance, that is. And I want to talk to one of the people out here. She is a dentist, and you've come out here to spread your message. What do you make of the monks that have come out here? Why come out here so early?
This is so important for me to be here. I'm Buddhist, and I grew up in Thailand. And this is the most important moment as a Buddhist. The monks, doing the walking meditation. And my husband is in hospice and he's dying at home. And this is so important for me to be here to bring the merits back to him and back to my family. And as one of the monks is from my hometown in Ubon Ratchathani, and just being here in America, meeting the monks that has been walking for 108 days. I've been following them since they started out in Texas, and I just thought, like, when they are in DC, I want to, and it will just be a blessing for me and for my family.
I'm sorry to hear that you're going through that. Sorry, one more time. Can I get your name? Just introduce yourself.
Hi, my name is Usa Bunak. I am from Kensington, Maryland.
And you brought this, it's a flag. It's, what is something that you say to the monks? Do you just, hold your hands together? Maybe you can explain what you wrote here.
In here, I just said Satu, 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 Satu 3 times. In Thai, it means the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Sangha. And this is so important for me, as just, as the monks will pass by, I would just put my hands together and just to say Anumotana Satu. It's just like you're saying Amen.
Thank you so much for sharing your story with us. I really appreciate it.
Thank
She's
you.
just one of many of the people willing to come out here early, getting ready just and see the Buddhist monks pass by and spread their message. We believe that they're in prayer. That starts usually at 6:30, and then they should be hitting the road out here shortly around 7 o'clock. We'll update you as we see that happens. Back to you guys.
Jackie.
This trip is important to the church, period, and to all of us who value our interfaith relationships, and for any folks who are trying to do something positive in this day and age that are some difficult times. And these monks, you can see the hunger that people have of hope and peace and compassion. And you tell by the gatherings along the road that they are touching the hearts and souls as they walk across the country, and we're thrilled to welcome them. They are much some of the work that we try to do at the cathedral as well, as a house of prayer for all people.
And what is the National Cathedral planning once the monks do arrive?
Well, the monks will arrive. They're walking, so the schedule's flexible. But the monks are scheduled to arrive on the 10th at about 1 o'clock in the afternoon and stay till about 3. We're expecting such a large crowd that the program with the monks will be held outside on the steps of the cathedral. And then after that program and the monks address the crowds, we will take a large group of interfaith leaders from around the area inside the cathedral along with the monks for a more intimate conversation. So they should be with us from about 1 o'clock till 3 o'clock. That's the plan. And we're excited to welcome them and to show them some of our hospitality.
So let's talk about recommendations for the public, because the site is open to the public. What do you want them to know?
Want them to know is that it's still snowy outside. It's still cold. So if you're going to try to come, we welcome you, but dress appropriately. We will try to hold as much of the crowd in front of the cathedral as we can, and we look forward to seeing you. It will be, you know, as has been with the crowds throughout this walk. You know, it will be, everyone has to kind of go with the flow, but we're excited to welcome people to the cathedral.
I know that the overall focus of this walk is peace, but beyond that message, what are you hoping people get out of this experience?
Well, I hope not only the peace, the sense of the importance of peace and compassion and kindness, but I hope folks see that there is a great deal of affection between the cathedral, the Episcopal Church, of which we are a part, other Christians, other faith leaders, as we gather around common cause. And that common cause is something wonderful and important, and something all the great world religions stand for: peace and compassion and kindness. And so to gather together and to celebrate that and to pray for that and to work for that is a real blessing.
All right, Episcopal Priest Dean Randy Hollerith, we thank you so much for joining us from the Washington National Cathedral.
To recognize the occasion. Whereas on October 26th, approximately 24 Buddhist monks from across the state of Texas embarked on a 2,000-mile spiritual and patriotic journey from the Hongdo Visapana Bhavanva Center in Fort Worth to the White House in Washington, D.C. And whereas the pursuit of peace is essential to the well-being of communities and the preservation of a civil society grounded in compassion, mutual respect, shared responsibility, and a hope for a more harmonious future. And whereas the Walk for Peace is a 2,300-mile journey that brings together individuals committed to nonviolence, mindfulness, love, and the strengthening of human connection across cultural and geographic boundaries. And whereas over the course of 110 days, they will travel on foot through 10 states, stopping at historical landmarks and state capitals to inspire reflection on peace, unity, and compassion. And whereas this historic journey is led by Bhikkhu Panakara and accompanied by Buddhist monks and embodies the timeless values of the Buddhist tradition, wisdom, compassion, and mindfulness, while also honoring deeply held American principles such as unity, personal responsibility, and mutual respect. And whereas the vulnerable monks undertaking this walk, accompanied by their loyal dog, exemplify patience, humility, and service, offering a visible reminder of the power of peaceful action and loving kindness in addressing conflict and fostering reconciliation and harmony. Whereas this pilgrimage comes at a critical time when communities across our nation face rising challenges, division, and global uncertainty, this serves as a reminder that peace is not merely a destination, but a practice that begins within and radiates outwards towards families, communities, and nations. And whereas the City of Alexandria recognizes the importance of civic efforts that encourage reflection, dialogue, and harmony in the advancement of peace and mutual understanding. And whereas Alexandria is a welcoming, diverse, and inclusive community. And whereas the passage of the Walk for Peace through Virginia provides an opportunity for the residents of Alexandria to engage with one another in a spirit of goodwill and to reaffirm our shared commitment to a more just future and being a more welcoming city. Whereas this walk is more than a journey, it is a heartfelt offering to the nation and an open invitation to people of all faiths, cultures, and backgrounds to come together in a shared aspiration, to live with greater compassion and understanding. Now, therefore, I, Mayor Aaliyah Gaskins, Mayor of the City of Alexandria, Virginia, and on behalf of the Alexandria City Council, do hereby welcome and commend Bhikkhu Panakara, the 24 participating Buddhist monks, and all the organizers of the Walk for Peace for their efforts to foster unity, healing, and peace across our state, our city, and our nation. In witness whereof, I have hereunto set my hand and caused the seal of the City of Alexandria to be affixed this 9th day of February 2026. I have one more thing to give. Many members in our community may have heard of the nonprofit Mother of Light. Mother of Light is a nonprofit located in the Arlandria community. And they bring together women, many immigrant women who come and each day they work to learn how to sew. But as they learn how to sew, they also share their stories of hope, their concerns for their new future, and the connection that they are building across our community. It is in every stitch that they share a little piece of each other, that they gain new skills, but that they also work to share their vision for a community where we are closer together, more unified, and connected as one tapestry where all of our stories weave together. And so this tapestry was actually created by the women at Mother of Light, and it has a picture of the Alexandria shield. And in each stitch, they shared a piece of their home country, a piece of their dreams, and a piece of the vision that they have and their thankfulness for the city of Alexandria. So in addition to the proclamation, we were honored to present you with this tapestry that we hope will keep you warm, but also remind you of the love that exists for you and the prayers that we have for your journey across the city. And then finally, I have a pin from the city of Alexandria. Thank you.
Good morning. First of all, I pay respect to our congressmen and city mayor and city councils and all the police officers, the law enforcement who escorted us this morning to get here for our lunch. And thank you everybody for coming out this morning in this cold weather. Are you not working at all? Today's Monday, right? Is it? Yes. And why are you here? Well, thank you so much for quitting job to come here to show support and love to the venerable monks who walk for peace. Thank you so much for all this love.
From the dawn of Texas skies, robes of saffron start to rise, walking softly mile by mile, carrying peace in every smile. Wind is whispering on the road, spread your love across the world. Silent prayers in every stride, hope becomes their gentle guide. Step by step we carry peace, let the suffering slowly cease. Hearts awaken, fears release, together we walk for peace. Step by step in harmony, boundless love for all to see. Let Let division slowly cease. From Fort Worth to DC streets, together we walk for peace. Step by step, humanity, walking loving unity. May the world find clarity. Together we walk for peace. May all beings live in ease. May all hearts be stilled and freed. May this journey never end. Peace in every breath we send.
Greetings, everyone, and welcome to our special live broadcast coverage of the arrival. I'm choking up already, and I haven't even started. But we're going to dive right into it because we're going to check in on the live stream. We're going to use as our primary source today the live stream being provided by the Cathedral. I've already checked it. They're on the air now, and so without too much fanfare, we're going to go ahead and tune into that and sit together and pray together and maybe cry together a lot. It's been a long journey, and we've been following them since before Christmas, since just after the accident in Texas. They were still there in Texas when we started with them, and it's been a long and humbling journey. We've got plenty of time to talk. It's a long program, guys. It's a 3-hour program, and we're going to go to the end, or we're going to go until we run out of electricity, whichever comes first. So we'll see how that goes. But I think we got the power, and we're going to go to the end. So thank you so much for tuning in, everybody. Get yourself a drink, some snacks, whatever. If you're at work, I guess just have that screensaver ready so that if your boss comes by. But thanks for tuning in, everybody. And when I go over to the live stream, I'm going to attempt to make it go full screen for all of us, and I've never done that before, and my computer is kind of a lightweight, so we'll see how that works out for me. And I'm going to keep up with chat on my phone, so bear with me, guys. It's a lot to try to yeah, the doggies are chiming in, but that's okay because we're going to mute the mic and we're all going to watch this together. But I'll be able to chat with you guys in the chat, and then there'll be breaks. We have more music, tons of music for the breaks, and so let's dive into it. Thank you guys so much for being here with me.
burning. In there just like a hard drive. Anything we key in into that keyboard is recorded into the hard drive. Our mind is the same. Anything you talk, anything you see, you hear, you taste, you smell, you touch is recorded deeply into our mind. And we live with all those every single day. And thoughts, it will always popping up. It's rising and rising every second. Within 1 second, there's millions and millions of thoughts popping up. It's just that we cannot catch it. Because our monkey mind is ready to jump. What is a monkey mind? The monkey mind is when our thoughts pop up, we jump right to it. We chase after it. The monkey cannot stay at one place. The habit is to jump here and there, go here and there, grab this and that. Just like the monkey go into the coin field, grab all those coins, and then when the monkey got out of that field, the whole field are damaged, but only 1 or 2 coins on his hand. Our mind is the same. We collect everything outside, from the outside, surround us. We collect all those, and at the end, we only hold sufferings. Nothing else. Happiness, peace is something that is just temporary feeling that we ever have. And of course, our family members, our friends, our loved ones always bring us some gifts, something to make us happy. And all those are just temporary. While peace is something that you can practice to have it the longest time, if you know how to manage your emotion, your feelings. It comes to the mindfulness practicing again. Earlier when we practiced to feel our heartbeat, I didn't guide you all to practice on the breathing, but instead the heartbeat. We can feel each and every heartbeat if we pay fully attention to it. Is that right? While we are feeling our heartbeat, how many of us can stay focused within that heartbeat without the mind wandering around? Please raise your hand. Okay, there's only less than 10 people out of thousands and thousands of people here, right? Do you know why? That's the mind, the monkey. That's the monkey when we just stay focused here, but that sound out there is pulling us off track. Anything that we encounter today, in the mornings up until now, is pulling us off track. Anything that is strong within our thought is pulling us off track. While you are feeling your heartbeat, this concentration is not strong enough yet. When it's not strong enough, anything else out there stronger, it will pull our mind off from this. That is why we still cannot stay focused within our heartbeat. But imagine
if we practice every day to feel our heartbeat, if we practice every day to see our breath going in and out with mindfulness, with awareness, how wonderful our life is. It's because of unmindful, that is why we always react the way we react. When somebody says something, we react right away, and that is when we suffer. And to be honest with you, toxic people a lot out there. And the more you react, the more they love it. When you react, they love it. They will go to the next person and do the same thing. And they go enjoy their life while we stand there and cry and then suffer. So don't react. If you keep on reacting, your life will go back to the old days and we going to suffer until we die. There's a lot of things better for us to do. A lot of things that is much more, is way better for us to do, which is do something for ourselves, to love yourself more. When you love yourself means you will not put yourself in danger. You will not say something that is hurtful to the others and yourself. You will not do something that is hurtful to the others and yourself. That is how you love yourself. That is how you protect yourself from dangers. And so, if we cannot practice mindfulness, I promise you, peace and happiness is something that is just temporary moment. It will come and go just like the wind. But if you're willing to practice mindfulness, to feel it, or to see your breath, if you can stay focused like that every single day, each and every day will be a peaceful day for you. And peace is something that is not coming from the outside world. It's inside. Inside of us, we have our own world. And that world is the world we need to create peace, and we need to live at peace. Inside of this world, we have all kind of wild animals. Those wild animals will eat us up at any time. And it could eat the whole world up. Right? Just within one thought, unmindful, within one unwholesome thought, we could ruin our life, we could damage a lot of things out there. Luckily, I have the thought, walk for peace. That is why we've been walking for 108 days. Sometimes I question myself. Sometimes I question myself like this. Imagine if I have some other thoughts that is not wholesome. How is it going to turn out? I could bring a lot of tears to the people and to myself. And so I'm so grateful that I practice mindfulness enough for me to stop all those unmindful thoughts and carry on this mindful thought to walk for peace, to bring some joy to the people who I meet along the way. And today, in front of us here, thousands and thousands of people, and there are millions of people watching online as well. So I'm very grateful. And for that reason, I thank you all for all the love, hospitality, and your support to come out for this mission, to walk with us for the rest of our life. This is something that a practice that we need to walk every single day. Without walking on our path, peace will not come with us. Remember, the key that I talked about earlier is a mindfulness key. All you need to do is just practice mindfulness to unlock that box where you have kept peace and happiness inside and locked it up and then left it somewhere. Now it's your job, it's your duty to unlock it, find it, unlock it. You're the only one who can do this, not the venerable monks, not the reverends, no anybody else, but you. Each and every single one of us, we have our own path. And please remember, don't expect our path to be smooth and flat. It's always going to be challenge, obstacle, roller coaster road. That is how it makes you different from the others. Practicing mindfulness, you have to put some effort into it. In order for you to come out here this morning, you have to put a lot of effort, right? With one thought first, isn't it? We have a thought, oh, I'm gonna come out to support this Walk for Peace, join it together. With that one thought, and this morning you prepare yourself, drive yourself out there and find a parking space, which is very difficult. And now we've been here trying to find a spot to stand, right? All those are effort. Same thing if you want to practice mindfulness. You have to put some effort. Let's say we live in this world for 50 years. Now we want to change ourselves. Now we train ourselves again to go back, to be mindful. We need to have some time for it. It cannot be 5 days, of course, right? Because within that 50 years, we have encountered, we have recorded, and then we have trained ourselves to have so many bad habits already. Way too many. And now if we want to clean it, if we want to purify it, it could take some time. At least 7 days if you are clever. If you are your wisdom arise, if you're clever enough, within 7 days you could see it. If not, 7 months. If not, 7 years. If you have to spend the rest of your life to practice this, it's also okay. Nothing wrong with it. But at least you still practice. Because every time, every step you make, that counts. Just like us, when we walk from Fourth Court to here, every single step is a mindful step. That is how we raise the awareness of peace. We are not just walk for a walk, but we walk with mindfulness. I focus on my breath every single step when I make. And it's been 108 days. We will continue this walk. This walk will not end here. Remember that. We have to walk until we die. That is how peace stay with us. And so now the key, the last message. Every day when we wake up, please remember, don't touch your phone. I don't want to say you love her anymore, but please don't touch your phone when you wake up in the morning. This is a must. This is a way to train yourself. Every time when you touch your phone, your mind starts wandering. So don't touch your phone in the morning when you wake up. Instead, make your bed nice and neat. Go to the bathroom, still no phone. Do your thing, come out, get a piece of paper and a pen. Write out the statement, say, today is going to be my peaceful day. Remember, always have to have a pen and a piece of paper to write that down. Even you already memorize it. I have talked about it for the last 108 days. So, even if you already memorize it, you still need to have a paper and a pen to write it. When your hand pairing with your mind, it makes a big difference. Write that down while our mind is thinking of those words, our hand is writing it down. After that, read it over and over with our eyes. When our eye is pairing with the mind, it makes a difference. We train ourselves to stay focused, remember? So concentrate on those words that you have writing on that paper. Focus on it, read it over and over. And then finally, read it out loud with our mouth. Today, is going to be my peaceful day. Tell the universe that today is going to be my peaceful day so that no one in this world can mess it up except ourselves. Remember, there will be no one in this universe can mess your days up except yourself. If you don't let them. Back to reaction. When you react to anything, that is how you mess your days up. If you stay calm and cool, if you react, but with kindness, that is different. If you want to react, that's fine. You could react, but only with kindness. May you be well, be happy, and be peaceful. Give them a smile, walk away. That's the only way we should react. Other than that, if you react with anger, hate, you ruin your day, and you'll be suffer again. So tell the universe that. Let us all tell that the universe the same message together after I count to 3, okay? Today is going to be my peaceful day. Make it loud and clear. 1, 2, 3. One more time. One last time. Wow. You hear that? Imagine all the human beings in this world doing the same thing, just one simple method every morning. Like I already said, in the morning when our mind is still fresh and pure, if we don't give our mind a job to do, it will pick up all the trash to chew it over and over. Trash means all those old habits, bad habits, all those undesirable things, all those sadness in our life. Those thoughts will popping up one after another. Then is when you're overwhelmed with thought and you feel depression. So before it pick up all those trash, because they are not usable, so that's why I call trash. Before our mind is acting up that way, we give our mind a job to do, which is a peace message. All the people are doing the same thing. Imagine of that voice, that sound, that energy spread all over this universe. What is going to happen? Peace. The world will be at peace. This is the power of together. Not just the venerable monks. We alone cannot do this. No one in this world could do that. But in all of us, all the human beings, practicing mindfulness every day, practice this every day, spread only that message, loving kindness, compassion, and peace to the universe, instead of hate and anger and greedy and delusion, all kind. This world will turn into a better place for all of us to live. May you be well, be happy, and be peaceful. Please be mindful on each and every step you made, either backward or forward, starting from this point. And when you go home, please practice mindfulness so that we can have peace for ourselves and our family. Thank you so much, everyone.
Friends, I'm going to ask Kimberly Bassett to come forward, the Secretary of D.C., who has something to present from the mayor to the venerable monks. Then, my friends, there are so many of you out here. We know that you cannot all fit within the cathedral. So following the presentation from the Secretary, the faith leaders and the venerable monks will be going into the cathedral for a chance to talk interfaith commonalities and the things that we share. The monks will come back out and continue on their journey shortly, and we are honored to have you here at this house of prayer for all people. Madam Secretary.
Hi, everyone. Let's clap for the sunshine. Dear friends, as he mentioned, I'm Kimberly Bassett, Secretary of State for the District of Columbia, and it's truly an honor to be here at the beautiful Washington National Cathedral. On behalf of Mayor Bowser and the more than 700,000 residents of Washington, D.C., we welcome you, we thank you. Today may mark the end of a 2,300-mile walk, but it's not the end of our journey for peace. Your pilgrimage has brought people together across cities, states, and communities, all faiths, all backgrounds, all of us together, united in the shared belief that we can choose healing over harm, understanding over division, and peace over conflict. Your every step carried a message, and that message now lives here with all of us. In Mayor Bowser's administration, we say, we are DC. And today that means standing together in unity, in healing, and in peace. So on behalf of Mayor Bowser, it is my privilege to present this proclamation in honor of your exemplary, extraordinary journey in the spirit of compassion that you've carried every mile. I vow to practice peace every day. Thank you. Thank you.
hundreds of monks, guys. Hundreds. All schools, Zen, Mahayana, Vajrayana, it doesn't matter. It took 30 minutes to get them all in the cathedral.
I have served as Dean of this cathedral for almost 10 years, and this is one of the most beautiful sights I have ever seen in this space. Thank you for honoring us by being here. The time is short, but we will have some question and answer, a little bit of conversation as best we can with a crowd of this size, so please be patient. We will have two people who will have microphones. We'll be walking around for the faith leaders if they have something they'd like to say briefly, a question to ask. But first, I'd like to introduce the Bishop of the Diocese of Washington, the Right Reverend Mary Ann Budde. Bishop.
I echo everything Dean Holleris said about the beauty of this moment. And I also want to especially greet all of you, our interfaith friends and siblings of one human family. And it is such a privilege for us to gather in a spirit of humility and the opportunity to learn from one another. Thank you. Thank you for gracing us with the power of your message and your teachings.
Would you like to speak now? Margaret, are you with the microphone nearby, or who has a question or a comment from our interfaith brothers and sisters for the venerable monks? Raise your hand. They're all practicing mindfulness. Please keep what you have to say brief.
Hi, thank you so much. Assalamu alaikum, namaste. My question is, how do we reconcile the belief that we must be still and we must be at peace with our duty to act in the name of justice? So how do we reconcile both our duty for justice and our belief of stillness?
Respected Pen Bhikkhu Bodhi, I would like to invite you up here.
Okay, so Venerable Panya Kara has requested me to answer that question. And I think it's a very extremely important question because in my opinion, in the situation that we are facing in this country and around the world, inner peace is certainly an essential requirement, but we also need justice. Because what we see taking place in this country right now, I have to tell you, I'm 81 years old. I grew up during the period of the 1960s when we had the civil rights movement, 1964, 65, voting rights, civil rights. Wow, the country is opening up, losing its heritage of racism and discrimination. The anti-war movement against the war in Vietnam. We're coming to an era of peace. Then early 1970s, the feminist movement. Women's rights are coming to the front of our social consciousness. And now what are we facing? I have to say, sadly, it's almost a reign of terror. where people are being terrified, school children afraid to go to school from fear that they're going to be grabbed off the streets and sent to a prison or a detention camp. Workers afraid to go to work, families being torn apart. So it seems that we have to balance this inner peace with what I call a strong commitment to conscientious compassion. That is compassion inspired by a sense of conscience, a responsibility for the welfare of all our fellow citizens, all the residents of this country, and indeed a universal compassion for all human beings around this world. And do we have a Loka here?
Yes, we do.
All sentient beings around the world. Yeah, so we have to combine the quest for inner peace with this conscientious commitment out of compassion to ensure justice and promote really the well-being, safety, and security of people who are in trouble, endangered. But I'm just a stupid monk, so I don't really know very much.
Hello, on behalf of the United Tribes, we have a question. What is your message for our children and our next 7 generations?
Children, for me in this world, not just the United States, but I think we lead our children to a different path already. It's because we live in this world dependent on technologies too much. Way too much. Look around us in our family. A child will have an iPad, iPhone, smart tab, things like that. The more they use it, the more they'll be sidetracked because a lot of distractions around on social media, on the internet and everything. And like us, I talked about earlier, the phone is always a problem because we depend on it too much. Imagine how many phone numbers we remember back there. 15 years ago, 20 years ago, how many phone numbers we'd be able to memorize? The whole phone book? Probably. How about now? How many phone numbers that we actually memorize by heart? How about now? How many phone numbers that we actually memorize? Probably 3, 4, 5 phone numbers. So what is the problem? I believe it's because we depend on technologies. Back then, you have to dial the number within our head. We have to use this head, say the number, and we dial it by hand. Now, tap, 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 Nikki, Ken, just put the letter N and K, it will show up everything, and then we just dial. We lose in our memories each and every time. And that is how we train our children to go on the same path. And sadly, for me, my point of view and what I can see, our future generation will have a big problem. So in order for us to change our future generation, we have to start, become a role model for our kids from now. Stay away from the phone as much as possible. There's nothing wrong with it, don't get me wrong. It's just that we depend on it and we use it way too much. Versus before, we didn't even have one, we still survive. And now probably we could not survive if we don't have one. Imagine if there's internet outage and we're gonna call the internet company and complain all day long because of no internet. We could not survive. It's very difficult for us. So dependent on technologies is going to kill us. Our brain, our mind is shrinking every day. Back then, we can use our head to calculate a math. How about now? We have to use a calculator. We have to use a phone to calculate a very simple math. Just that alone, we are leading our children to a very, very wrong direction. So if we could, starting from here on, we need to train our children again, not to depend on technologies too much. Thank you.
My question is simple. How do we become more intentional about morality?
More morality. Well, for us as a Buddhist monk, we practice mindfulness every day. Like I mentioned about it, if we are mindful enough, we know what we should and what we shouldn't do. Without mindfulness, we could commit into a lot of things, right? So we always have to train ourselves to have mindfulness, to be aware of everything happening around us, what's popping up in our head. The more we stay focused and aware, the better we are. And mindfulness is the answer, the key that we need to practice. To be honest with all of us here, mindfulness is missing, and people been living without mindfulness. It's very tough for all of us. We missed out mindfulness. Because of unmindful, we have done a lot of things. All the things that happen around us is also because of unmindful. So we need to train ourselves to be mindful, to know what we should and what we shouldn't do. Thank you.
What is your response to Christian nationalism? And say a word to all religions at this time, particularly Christians in this country.
For me, after 17 years of ordaining, I respect all religions. And I'm very grateful to take on this journey to walk that far from Fort Worth, Texas to here. And I'm very grateful that all churches open the door to host us, to give us food, to give us a place to live, to stay overnight. And we are here in this beautiful church, in this very holy place. So for me, I have never talked about religions, regardless of what they talk about Buddhism. It doesn't matter to us it really doesn't matter to us what they say, what people say. But for us, when we practice, we respect all religions. Because to me, all religions teach people how to live, how to be a better person in this society, how to support society, and how to support this country, our country where we live in. And of course, earlier at the church, the pastors told me that there's over 100 kids studying every day, go to school there every day, and of course all churches, all places, all temples are also teaching our future generation to be a better person in this world. So for us to talk on behalf of all the religions, I don't have that knowledge. But I do have one thing that I share along the road. I said, we have different backgrounds, different beliefs, different religions we practice in every day. But after all that practicing, we go into the church, we go into the temple, all reverend, all pastor, all venerable monks, all gurus, all teachers are teaching people how to be good. But in common, after all that, we do have one religion in common. which is the religions of love and kindness, compassion, and peace, that we are seeking for every single day. We worshiping every single day. And that temple, that church is within our mind. So that is the answer that I could answer. I respect all religions. And now that we are in this church and out there so much, and right here so much faith leaders joining us, this world should be like this for me. It should be like this. There's no need to be separate or any division at all whatsoever. Thank you.
No, please.
We have small tokens of our ministry here that we would like to present to you. I present to you a pin that represents the Episcopal Diocese of Washington, D.C.
And we have a pin of your visit to the cathedral. Thank you very much.
I'm like mostly audience free right now, guys, but there are millions upon millions of people tuned in on dozens of networks around the world right now. Millions, countless millions. And I thank you guys for joining me, my little cadre, on this historic day.
With deep gratitude, I offer my heartfelt thanks to Bishop and all Christians, Muslims, Hindus, Jewish, Buddhist, amongst our teachers and teachers of our teachers, and Sikh, Baha'i, indigenous, and interfaith and spiritual leaders who embraced our call and joined the National Cathedral welcome on such a short notice. You opened your hearts and made this sacred place feel like home to everyone. When the George Washington University Center of Interfaith and Spiritual Life ran out of options to host these peace walk monks in this cold weather, we will never forget how you opened your doors of the cathedral. And of course, the Methodist Church and of its sanctuary to give the venerable monks warmth, space, and care. Hebrew 13:2 reminds us, do not neglect to show your hospitality to strangers, for by doing that some have entertained angels without knowing it. You may wonder why Buddhist monks saying so. It teaches that hospitality is a sacred duty, and that when you welcome a stranger, you may be welcoming someone far more important than you realize. Just as Abraham welcomed angels, these monks and our beloved Aloka have shown us how peace, unity, mindfulness, and acceptance can be lived every day. I want to share a small story. When we told the Reverend we need a bigger hall for devotees to offer lunch, he said immediately, take the sanctuary. I hesitated and said, are you sure? People may spill drinks and you may have to wash all the cushions. Because I studied in a Catholic school, I know how sacred the sanctuary to you, all of you. His answer was simple but full of wisdom. He said, when a visitor comes to your house, you treat them the best way you can. We can clean after. Welcoming them comes first. That small moment showed how deeply all of you prepared, cared, and stood together to welcome the monks. A sanctuary is not opened by one person alone. It opens only when the whole community shares the same generosity. The monks themselves walk not only 2,300 miles, but the monks' profound path the Buddha taught, a path where even in the face of hardships, one holds no anger. The Buddha said, even if someone cuts you into 2 pieces, if you hold anger, you are not following my path. These monks embodied that teaching. Their gratitude shines in the story of Aloka, the humble dog who walked with them and received their boundless care. Their loving kindness was tested and proven after the tragic accident on their journey, yet they continued walking with compassion. No bitterness. They showed the world what inner peace truly looked like. Hosting the Peace Walk monks in Washington, D.C. involved many moving pieces. Some well-planned, some completely last minute. But all unite by one intention, peace. On behalf of the Peace Walk Monks DC hosting team, I sincerely apologize for any inconvenience you may have experienced. Your patience and support carried this effort more than you know. May all you be well, peaceful, and happy. May the blessings of this gathering continue to uplift our communities. May you all be well and happy. May this be our peaceful day. Thank you.
The venerable monks have more traveling to do. We'd like to keep them here for quite a while, but they need to get back on their journey. My brothers and sisters and siblings from faith community around the Washington, D.C. area, and for all of the venerable monks, we share so much in common. Our loving kindness, peacefulness, compassion are essential values of all of our faiths, and we should never, ever forget that. And it is a great witness to have all of you here, and we need to stay connected to one another. So thank you. Thank you for being here. What we'll do first is we will invite the venerable monks to exit down the center aisle, and then we can all follow behind them if that suits. Thank you for coming and being here and giving of your time this day.
Peace under our feet.
There's hands down more monks than I've ever seen in one place in my life, ever, anywhere. Oh my God, the monk who lost his leg, guys. That's the monk who lost his leg in the accident. He made it to the end. I'm sorry about all the skip frames, guys. We're going to do better tomorrow. Learned a lot today on today's broadcast. Stick around. We're going to have an after show when this stream ends. So stick around. Just look at all those monks. Unbelievable. Wow. Not sure what to say, guys. Really sorry about, first of all the technical difficulties at the top of the stream and even throughout the stream. I learned some things, and of course, this is the beginning of the end. So to speak. Tomorrow they will be at the Lincoln Memorial, and we're going to track that and find out about that and bring that live too. Definitely the audio part will be cured. It was like stupid simple switch that I didn't have sort of turned on. But yeah, guys, wow. I mean, feel free to say whatever you want to say. Thank you to my tiny little Sangha for coming out for the broadcast. It was glitch filled and whatever, but it was really to hang out with my peeps. I really appreciate that. You guys hanging tight with us. I'll try to get it better tomorrow, a little bit smoother for tomorrow's live stream. I'm not even sure, to be honest with you, what time it's it's going to be. But let me know if you can hear the sound of my voice, and let me know if I'm streaming okay now. And tomorrow I'll try to find maybe a lower bandwidth stream, I think would help, and then that would probably smooth out a little bit of the jumpiness. I can do that. I just, I have, to be honest with you, I haven't done a broadcast like this in many moons. Probably 10 years since I've done like a live stream in this particular format. So, and I'm not really dealing with the greatest equipment up here. Guys, thank you so much for being with me. Wow, just like I predicted, though, we saw everybody at the end. We saw Arloka, and I didn't even think that he would come. I really didn't. But the monk who lost his leg as part of this march, we need to remember, that one quiet monk gave his leg for this. And that's like gigantic, and to see them wheeling him, and I think he's going to do the march. I think they're going to wheel him all the way, the rest of the way, because I think now they just go somewhere. I think where they're going to sleep. I think I'm not exactly sure where they're going at this moment. And then tomorrow, I believe. Thank you, Irene. Yeah, it sucked throughout most of the stream, but I'll work on that tomorrow, guys. And I really am sorry, and I really am grateful for those who hung out, my friends who hung out through it anyway, because it was the most important thing to me was I just really wanted to be able to spend it with you guys. And I see that I'm still dropping frames, so I've got a bit to work on here tomorrow, and I'll do that. I first of all need to go get power because I've got a power crisis up here. It was kind of semi-cloudy all morning, and I'm not sure how much sun we'll get this afternoon, so I got to go try to squeeze every drop out. As soon as I end the stream, I'm going to go ahead and start getting power, and who knows, maybe Bone will give me a hand and come running up here and fill my power packs up. I could use a break anyway. Maybe a good meal from Sis, so maybe I'll come down the mountain after this and recuperate, because it was hard on me. I hate doing a crappy stream, and I'll be honest with you, most of the stream was, by my standards, pretty crappy. But trust me that I'm a perfectionist. I'll keep working on it, and I wanted to be able to cover events like this, although there'll never be an event like this ever again. I think in my lifetime, I've never seen anything like that. The first thing that struck me and just absolutely blew me away is the hundreds and hundreds of monks of all the three schools who answered the call of the Venerable to walk with them and to be in the cathedral with them and to finish this with them. And And to see that, it took 30 minutes to process them in and almost 30 minutes to process them back out of the cathedral. The poor lady had to just keep playing that song. I mean, it was like wild, right? And it was like a never-ending line. I couldn't believe it. And what struck me in that moment, most of all, really, was the fact that I don't think ever in history has Buddhism... I don't think ever in history has Buddhism ever stood this prominently on the national stage, and I think I don't know that it ever will again in my lifetime. That's the historic import of this. This is why I wanted to watch it together with my friends and my family. It was, first of all, I wept through like almost all of it, and I'm really, God, I wish you guys could have heard the sound at the beginning. But just let me describe really quick the sound that we missed at the beginning. They played the cathedral bells for the monks. They sounded them off. They all stood in silence and they sounded the bells of the cathedral. God. And I'm sorry I blew it today. I really did. I tried. I prepared so hard for everything and didn't really nail this one today, guys. But it was incredible. And then just to see Aloka, of course, the minute Aloka made her appearance, they refused. The Venerable refused to start marching until they brought Aloka to him, and he walked up the entire length, and you couldn't really see him, but I could, and he was there, and he did the entire process in, and I believe he'll probably process, when they process onto the stage of the Lincoln Memorial, I believe they'll probably have Aloka too. So everybody's finishing. That's just so amazing. I'm still choking up, guys. I mean, I really don't know what to say. I love the interfaith questions. I don't know if those were random or super pre-planned, but they were literally the perfect questions to ask in a moment like that, and the answers were our time to shine. I was so listening to that part of it, because I was like, that to me, that was almost the most important part. That was when we get to speak for ourselves on that national stage, right? As one sangha, as one Buddhist sangha, with hundreds of monks from every single school standing behind and around them, we got to say something important. And if you had to pick one message, wow, I mean, why not have it be mindfulness? I mean, I believe that venerables like Thich Nhat Hanh, he would have been proud to see that. He would have been amazed. He would have been humble and walking in the back, even though he was super famous, and he would have been so proud to see something like that and to be a part of something like that. So it was American history, it was Buddhist history, it was Buddhist American history, it was world history. Because millions of people, guys, and this is what really struck me this morning when I was doing the final setup for the stream. There are millions, countless millions of people who just watched that on much better platforms than mine, and there's that, right? But there's millions of people who watch this on every major network. Reuters, I saw Reuters, I saw Fox News, I saw CNN, of course, just on and on and on. I mean, just I think every mainstream media outlet and even medium stream, like sort of medium-sized outlets, all kind of content creators are streaming this just like I am for their audience and for their sangha. So probably dozens, maybe hundreds of content creators also streamed it. So it's really countless millions of people who just shared that moment. We all shared that moment together. And the respect that was paid by the Episcopal Church, unbelievable. The bishop herself coming out and putting a pin... Again, I choke up when I think about it. Putting a pin on his robe, and then the cathedral, the dean of the cathedral putting a pin on his robe. That was just mind blowing. I mean, all of it was just so incredible. It was everything I thought it might be. I mean, I had an inkling it would be something like this, especially when they put the call out. I think I said in the Saturday show, right? I kind of described a lot of how this was going to go down, and it pretty much has the way I thought, except the call out. I thought maybe 100. That was several hundred, guys. It literally took 30 minutes to walk those monks in and seat them up front. And every monk got a seat up front. Notice that. Every monk who came and answered the call got a seat in the front of the cathedral. And the Christians and the Muslims and everybody else sat behind them. And that's, you know, great honor was paid to us, guys. Great honor was paid to Buddhism today. On a national stage by national, prominent, super prominent national figures. So, really amazed, guys. Really blown away. I'm going to do a quick break, Sean, but stick around. Talk in the chat, guys. I had planned a 3-hour show. We won't go the whole 3 hours, but we'll stick around and talk to each other and pray together and whatever. But I really want to do a song. I actually queued up way more than I thought I would need, because I thought we'd be waiting a while and spend a lot of time like waiting for crowds to coalesce and gather and everything like that. But it didn't turn out that way. So I had a bunch of music lined up, but we'll just do one right now and take a little break and recoup and just say anything, guys, that you want to say. Again, from the bottom of my heart, my apologies for the technical little difficulties, and I promise that on tomorrow's stream I will work really, really hard to clear up as much of that as I possibly can. So please tune in. I don't even know what time it is. Maybe if my sis is out there, if she's still listening, and again, please stay tuned, guys. If my sister's still listening, maybe shoot me any information you have on the times for the Lincoln Memorial and what's going on with that, because I believe that's kind of the finale, and I think they pass by the White House when they do that. So, but anyway, yeah, or anybody else who has news, throw it in the chat as well about what's going on for the final leg of it. We'll do as much as we can to cover it, so let's do a song, and I love all you guys from the bottom of my heart. Thank you guys so much for your patience, and for being here with me in this moment. I think we'll all remember this, guys. We all will. As Buddhists, I will remember this for the rest of my life as one of the highest moments as an American Buddhist that I've ever felt. The highest, hands down the highest moment. And I can't imagine something like this happening anytime soon again. So just wonderful to be here. Stick around, guys. Get a drink. Say hi in chat. Talk in chat. Let's discuss this, man. If you're working, get in. I'll do a raffle if anybody wants to do one. But I don't see quite enough viewers to do one. But I'll start one, and we'll see if anybody wants to get a mailer today. All right, guys, enjoy the song. I'll be back in a minute.
We are all visitors to this time, this place. We are just passing through. Our purpose here is to observe, to learn, to grow, to love, and then we return home.
The monks have come a long way, moving through fields and towns, carrying nothing but their robes, their walking sticks, and a quiet resolve. Life is short, they say in silence with each step. We are visitors in this world, here to learn, here to watch, here to love. And as their feet touch the red clay roads of the Magnolia State, it feels like the earth itself pauses, noticing their presence. From Louisiana to Jackson, Mississippi, the people come out to walk a few steps or many. Behind the saffron flame of robes, they come with children laughing, with elders nodding quietly, with neighbors who never met before, all feeling the simple pull of compassion. The monks lead, but it's a shared rhythm, a slow, steady blues beat in the heart of the city. At the Mississippi State Capitol, they are honored, not with fanfare or glitter, but with quiet acknowledgement. Residents and officials alike step aside to let the monks breathe in the moment. A plaque is presented, yes, but it's really a reflection, a mirror of what we are capable of when we choose peace over anger, compassion over indifference. The monks' leader speaks softly, reminding all who listen that peace begins in the heart, that a single breath of mindfulness can ripple far beyond the body it inhabits. Then they walk again down city streets lined with people and echoes of curiosity. The children run ahead, elders pace slowly behind, and strangers catch the rhythm of each footstep. One by one, Mississippi joins the meditation of movement, and our local faithful little shadow of the pilgrimage trots along, her tail a slow wag, pausing now and then to smell the warmth of life around her. When the road gets too long, she rides in a support car, resting her paws, but always ready, always eager to return to the march. Night falls, the streetlights hum like old guitar strings over the empty highway. The monks rest in pearl and aloca curls at the edge of the field, her bright eyes catching the faint glow of the moon. Here is the pause, the breath between blues notes. Life is short, we are visitors, we learn, we love, we watch, and then in the quiet they walk again. Morning comes slow like a bass line, rolling across the dew-soaked fields. Mississippi stretches ahead, Pillahatchee, Morton Forest. The road is long, but every step is a measure in the rhythm of intention. Community members bring water and bananas, small offerings of humanity. One woman's gesture went viral, a reminder that even a simple act of kindness can ring out like a soulful chorus across the miles. And the monks walk on, steady, calm, their faces touched by the sun, their eyes reflecting the weight of what they carry and the lightness of their purpose. They walk because life is fleeting, because each breath is a gift, because each encounter offers a lesson in patience, compassion, and love. Mississippi's red clay roads and small towns, its capital steps, all bear witness to this slow, deliberate meditation in motion. The road stretches ahead, long and unbroken, the rhythm of the blues that is not a burden. It is the music of life itself, step after step, breath after breath, one foot after another. The monks remind everyone that to walk in peace is to walk fully, not in haste, not for applause, but because the time we have is short and the lessons we receive along the way are everything. Aloka trots beside them again, her small paws keeping time with the rhythm of hearts, and the people who walk behind, beside, and around the monks learn what we are all here to learn. That life is short, that love is necessary, that observation is sacred, and that even the smallest gesture, a hand offered, a drink of water, a smile, can be a song in the key of compassion. And as they leave Jackson behind and continue into the soft haze of Mississippi morning, the message lingers. Life is short, and the lessons we receive along the way are everything.
Milwaukee stands as a living reminder that hope.
Hey everybody, so once again thanks for tuning in. This has been a special broadcast of the Walk for Peace, the culmination, 2,300 miles from Texas to Washington DC, and arrived this morning, as we saw, at the National Cathedral. Truly, I just don't even have words. I don't know, I'm going to have to think about it, I think, for quite some time to wrap my mind around it. I think I want to put together, I've got enough material just from my own shows, doing this, going all the way back to Christmas, that I've thought about it, and I'm going to put together a 2-hour piece on the Walk for Peace. I think that's going to be my final sort of gift to that, and contribution to that. And so I'm going to cut it up. I've already thought about it. I'm going to download them all and painstakingly piece together the best of the best, going all the way back from Texas when we started covering it all the way to now. You can hear my co-hosts in the background. They're kind of antsy. They had to spend the morning watching Papa stream and stream badly too, which meant like you guys didn't have the mic on, thank goodness, but lots of cursing and lots of upsetness going on up here. So I really did want it to to sort of be perfect, and it was nowhere near close to perfect. So, but I do appreciate my friends and family who've stuck with it, and I'll try to do better tomorrow. I think I've just said so much of it already, but I mean, I just really didn't expect it to be that astounding, especially with the cathedral bells. And whatnot. And for the documentary, I'll get that. I'll go find that on the other YouTube channel and download it, so that you guys who stuck with me but missed the audio of the first part, I'll replace that in the sort of little documentary thing that I want to do for them. I'll be able to get it out pretty quick. So. Actually, because the material is pretty easy to work with. It's all just my shows, and I'll cut it up and put it into a nice little 2-hour piece so that we can, and then we'll sit and watch it together. I'll do like a premiere where we can all sit together and watch the video and talk about it. I don't do too many premieres, but I'll do a premiere on that one, and we'll all sit and watch it together for the first time. I'll probably have it done, I would suspect, by the end of February. So keep an eye out for that. Also keep an eye out on my channels for the continuing coverage. We're not done yet. Yeah, like I said, this is the beginning of the end, and tomorrow is the end of the end. So we're going to go ahead and cover that at the Lincoln Memorial. I got some good, solid, reliable intel from sort of a comrade of mine, content creator, Dharma content creator, on X, and they're going to walk by the White House, but there is no plans to stop at the White House. The Lincoln Memorial is the final destination, as far as I know and as far as he knows, and then so that's it. My understanding is at this point they're walking off to go be somewhere together. Perhaps with all those monks, because I believe those monks are going to process with them tomorrow as well. All of those hundreds and hundreds of members of our Sangha. Let me see, I got a message come in. Okay, go ahead and come on up. Sis, go ahead, Bone, come on up and get it. Sure thing. No problem. I'm here, and you're my only hope for power, it looks like, at this point. So we're definitely running low. So yeah, tomorrow we'll cover it. We'll cover the end, and then, like I said, I'll take the best of my best, and I'll clean it all up and get rid of all the skips and everything, and put out a nice 2-hour piece from my material. I spent many hours talking about this, and I think that I've been able to share like some insights on this, on the meaning of this for our country, to have something like this happen at this moment, at this time, and to have it be the pride. I don't know, maybe that's wrong. Maybe my teachers or whatever would tell me don't be prideful, but my pride is swelling right now as a Buddhist. To me, the proof, and I want to talk to NHH. I don't know if he's still here, the guy from my friend from Ireland, but he sent a comment the other day, and I was going to mention this if he's still tuned in. Maybe say hi in the chat, Mr. NH8 Ireland, my Ireland friend. Say hi in the chat if you're still here. But anyway, he made a comment on the Saturday video where I talked about how this was going to happen, and he made a comment that he was surprised that I was so humbly honoring these monks, even though they're from the Theravada school. And I think we saw today in their own actions with all of those monks from every single school, Zen, Mahayana, Pure Land, I saw, Tibetan, everybody was at Theravada, everybody was there. Everybody answered their call just as they asked any school, please come and walk with us, finish the walk with us, and be honored with us. They honored the entire worldwide Sangha guys, not just Theravadins. And that was never what it was about. They were always walking for us, for Buddhists, for Buddhism. And there has never in my heart ever been anything different than what they did today. I'm a universalist. I think that I encourage people to watch a show, and if Mr. Island is still listening, probably not. I don't see him talking in the chat, but maybe he'll listen on the replay or whatever. But I encourage everyone who wants to learn about my differences on this, my thoughts on this, my differences with certain high lamas and other teachers who feel differently about this. There's a show I did a while ago on the Dharma Bum show. So if you go to my playlists on the channel, and then look up the Dharma Bum show and find a show called Buddhism as a Hologram. And essentially, I spend about 20 minutes explaining that Buddhism is not a pyramid. Okay, it's not like this thing where Theravadan's at the bottom, Mahayana is in the middle, and at the very capstone is the superior school of all is Vajrayana. That's how many people see it, including many Vajrayana Buddhists, many Tibetan Buddhists see it that way. That's not the case. And I spend 20 minutes breaking down my own analogy, my own way of mapping Buddhism as a hologram. Now, a hologram is an interesting thing, because you can take any tiny piece of a hologram and shine a laser on it and recreate the entire rest of the hologram from just one tiny piece of a hologram. That's just scientific. That's just the way, like, sort of holograms work. And this is how I see Buddhism. This is how the universalist approach that I take to Buddhism is perfectly encapsulated in that show. That episode. So I encourage you to watch it if you ever thought about this or ever were wondering about, the different schools and the tensions there and fundamentalism within Buddhism. And there is fundamentalism. I'm just not one of them. I'm a universalist, and I believe that any tiny piece of Buddhism, any tiny little school, Pure Land, Zen, any of the many schools of Zen, pick one, any of them. Any of the different flavors of Tibetan Buddhism and Vajrayana Buddhism, Japanese Vajrayana Buddhism, which most people don't even realize exists, okay? Mahayana, Theravadan. There are so many Theravadan schools, from Thai forest to, Taiwanese. Just Southeast Asian yellow robes, there are so many schools. And you can take any of their doctrines, any of their practice, any one tiny chunk of Buddhism, and it automatically contains all the rest of Buddhism. Is contained in that. Every answer to every question, every detail is contained in that tiny chunk of our worldwide Sangha, the same way that a piece of a hologram contains all the information of the entire hologram within that tiny chunk. So there's no division, there's no separation to me whatsoever, and we saw the proof of that today. And I've never been more validated. I've never been more proud of an episode. Maybe I'll put the link in the description later, or put it out on my social media feed. But I think people should watch it. I hope that Mr. Island watches it. I'll find a way to send it to him. I got his email. And to watch that episode and come away with a different way of seeing Buddhism than you'll be taught, because like I said, especially there's more fundamentalism than I appreciated in Vajrayana Buddhism, even though it is fundamentally a universalist approach, because they tell you to start with the Theravadan values, work your way through Mahayana, and then if you want to up to the tantric practices. So they actually do honor all the three schools in proper Vajrayana practice, but in daily, practical terms, it's not done that way. A lot of I've heard many lamas, who really feel, you can tell from the way that they're teaching, they feel that Vajrayana is the superior vehicle, and there is no superior Buddhism. And we saw that today. We saw that clearly. And So we all stood on that stage today. Every school, no matter what you practice. If you practice good, solid Orthodox Buddhism in any school, you were there on that stage today with them. And the way that they answered those questions was literally our chance to. That was our voice. That was all of our voices answering those questions, and it was perfect. I literally could not have said it better, and I don't think could any of us have said it better than it was said. It was literally flawless. We, as a Sangha, performed flawlessly today on our one moment on the world stage. And that to me, that's very gratifying too. And so, yeah, I mean, so anyway, I guess nobody got any comments. We'll go ahead. I've got some music to close the show out with. And like I said, keep an eye on my social media feeds, because I will find out what's going on tomorrow and do everything I can to cover that tomorrow, power and weather and all that permitting. I am on the side of a mountain doing this. I'm not CNN with the studio, so I do the best I can, but I'll try to cover it for us tomorrow. And so please keep an eye on my feeds and my channels for information about that. And I love you all, and just I guess we'll give them the blessing, boys. You awake? Come here, Xavier. You wanna be the official delegate of the pooches. So Xavier, we're gonna give him the blessing. Here's the puppy. He's at my feet. There he is. And Xander's back there on the bed. You can hear him. All right, guys. Let's give our viewers the blessing. Okay. We hope that your day is auspicious, and please let today be your peaceful day.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Thank you so much.
Thank you
for your warm welcome.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
You come here? What for is it? Why you come?
Support. Support.
For peace?
It's a support.
Oh, I think it's a form for Aloka. Because Aloka is popular. When we walk, a lot of people asking about him. Where's Aloka? But you never ask for the monks.
but his heart leans forward mile by mile. El Loco walks with me when the road feels wide. Through the noise of the world, he stays by my side. Not driven by fear, not pulled by fame, just love in his steps, no need for a name. El Loco walks with me, steady and free, a quiet reminder of what peace can be. Some days the sun burns low and hard, some nights the cold leaves quiet scars. Hands reach out, voices call, but the path is narrow, the vow stands tall. They walk for peace, not to be seen, not for the cameras, not for the screen. And when the road asks more than before, El Loco leans in, asks for more. El Loco walks with me through dust and rain, a small heartbeat steady against the strain. No questions asked, no need to flee, just faith in the step that's meant to be. El Loco walks with me, soft and true, teaching without saying what to do. They worry for him, they whisper his name, but he was never meant to stay the same. From broken streets to walk in prayer, he chose this road, he chose this care. Sometimes he rides, sometimes he runs, but his spirit walks when the day is done. El Loco walks with me when the road feels thin, when the world rushes loud and pulls us in. He doesn't hurry, he doesn't hide, he walks with peace on the inside. El Loco walks with me, heart wide open, a living vow, softly spoken. When the walk is over and the silence stays, when the flags come down and the crowd fades away, may we remember what walked us home, that peace begins where love is shown. And somewhere ahead, where footsteps agree,